Carol here. The channel is Programming in Any Language. The supporting website is programminginanylanguage.com or black-duck.com. They both take you to the same place. And it's a place where you'll find the videos and PDFs of the code in most cases. The video is the Anything Database version 3 part 5, loading the file. Loading data is the process of reading one record at a time, extracting the 8 fields and applying them to a structure so they can be added to a list. You'll note that all the fields are still padded with blanks, so it's just a matter of using the substring method to grab each piece. One thing you will note is that we first clear the list. Why? Well, the user could press load after the add routine was used and after load was used, resulting in duplicates. By clearing the lists first, we know that the data from the file will be loaded. With the save button in place and working, we now can save our data. We can close off the form, close off the application, come back the next day, and our data is still there. But we need to add a routine now that's going to load it back in so we can actually use it again. And on that second day or third day or fourth day, we can start adding to that file if we wish. So we're going to look at the Anything Database version 3 part 5, loading the file. That's what we're going to do next. And like the save button, it's sitting over here on the side here. And we're going to do a load. We're going to open the stream reader instead of the stream writer this time. We're going to select the input file, which will be the same file we created in our output file here. We're going to read our records from the list, not into a list. Well, actually, yes, we'll be reading them into a list, or actually into our structure list. That's what we're actually going to be doing there. We're going to display a record count and then close our file. Look at that more simply. It looks like this. Load, open stream reader, select the input file, read records to the list, display record count, and close the file. This too is going to take 2 routines. Basically the load button routine, and then to keep the load button routine from getting too complicated, we're going to add a method in there to do all the work. So here's what our button load is going to look like. Once again, we're going to use a variable called the string anything record. It's going to be blank, and it's going to hold the elements from our list record. We're going to have a try and a catch. The catch is going to catch any errors that might happen when we start working with the disk. We don't know what they might be. Hopefully it'll be nothing. But if we encounter the file not found, a file misspelled, some kind of problem with the disk drive, this is going to catch it and tell us in a system format what actually happened so we can take action at that point in time. But normally it's going to be fine. And we're going to use the try piece on this thing. So our stream reader, anything file, is going to be named anything file. Anything file is going to be equal to file open or anything database.txt. Same thing we named it in the save file routine. So we're going after the same file. This time we're going to use a while loop instead of a for loop. So while anything file is the end of stream is false, in other words, not the end of the file, we're going to continue in this section right here doing these things. What are these things? Well, these things are reading a line of data. Remember we had that one long line of data, all those commas in it, all the pieces. So all the fields for our form are sitting in one line right now. And we're going to grab those and bring them into string anything record. Well, having them there means we're going to have to parse them out and get the data separated. So we're going to increment our record count because we're about to update our file. It has nothing in it right now because we're loading. So as we get one record in there, we're going to increment the counter. So we got 1, 2, 3. Once we have that first record in there, we're going to end up using a parse record to database, the string anything record. So we're going to grab this anything record or pass it to a routine that's going to parse it to the database. What does that mean? That means finding all those pieces that are 15 long, 1 long, 20 long, and so on, and putting them in their proper spaces in the structure, and then making it work. We're then going to display the record count, clear the text boxes, and let the user know that data file read is complete. We've done all that stuff. So basically, this loop is going to go on for as many records as we need it to do. What does this parse record to database look like? Let's take a look. It looks like this. Remember, data is looking like this. It's coming in big long lines. So we're reading this Daffy, D, Duck, 1 2 Pound Lake Road, and so on. We're reading that all into string anything record. So this parsing here is being passed. So we're going to create a structure called new record based on the person structure we created in our program. And that person structure has all those fields in it. So once we've got this var new record sitting out there, we then can access all those fields. New record.str first name is equal to string disrecord.substring starting in 0 for 15 long. That's Daffy. That's Elmer. That's Tweety. We then take new record.strmi, string disrecord, which starts in column 16 and goes for 1. That's that middle initial. New record last name, string disrecord substring starting at 18. It's right here. and going for 20. So it's going to grab duck in all the spaces. New record string address line 1. String record substring 39, 35. This is starting in 39. It's going on 35 long. Starts in 75, 35 long. The city starts in 111 and goes 25 long. The state starts in 137 and goes 2 long. And the zip code is starting in 140 and goes 5 long. So there's 145 characters inside this line, this record. This puts them all in there. Once they're all sitting in the structure, we then take it and add the new record to our list. So the list becomes popular with our first record. And we do this over and over again as much as this loop tells us to do. Really, that's basically all we're doing. What are we using on the form? Well, the form is kind of not doing too much again. It gets the load button. It's got a panel that's going to turn on as soon as we encounter a record here. Once this number goes greater than 0, this record count goes above 0, we're going to turn up the navigation so we can actually navigate through here. And we're going to tell the user something. We're going to tell them that the file's been loaded. And as you navigate, it'll change the top of file or record 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's really all we need to do. So let's take a look at this. This is our form. Basically, it's coming off what we did our save routine. So our save routine said if I could click on a save routine, we can see that it's still out there. No problems there. We're now going to take a look at the load button. So we're going to actually create this thing. So we'll jump out to the load button and create that thing. Button load is right here. As I mentioned in the slides, we're going to create all the code for the load button, which is going to be basically this. What we've got here is we've got the string anything record variable sitting out here, which is going to hold all of our data. Let's pretty this up a little bit. And we're going to do our try. Here's our catch. But here's our try. Stream reader is going to be called anything file. Anything file is going to be equal to file open.txt, anything database.txt. And while anything.file edited stream is equal to false, we're going to take that data, we're going to read a line of data, we're going to increment our record count by 1, and we're going to parse record to database, passing the string anything record to it. So everything, so this guy right here, this blank variable, is going to be passed to the routine. And we're going to fill it inside that routine. It's going to come back and do it again. Once we're all done with all the records, we're going to close the file, display the record count, clear the text boxes, and our data file read is complete. We'll pass that user message to the user. Let's fix this parse record to database piece up and put it in there. What we need is that method. So we'll create that method right here. Parse record to database. This gets rid of the errors you can see. Once again, we're taking var new record. We're creating a structure based on person. And then we're taking new record.str first name, and we're actually looking at string record substring starting at 0 to 15. We're grabbing those first 15 characters and putting it in there. We're grabbing the 16th character and putting it in middle initial. We're starting at 18, we're going to grab the next 20 characters and put them in last name. Starting at 39, we're going to put that in address line 1, 35 characters. Starting in 75, address line 2. Starting in 111, we're going to grab the city, and for 25 characters long, put that in str city in the new record. State, starting 137, it's going to grab 2 characters. And for zip code, we're going to go out to 140 and grab the next 5 characters, the last 5 characters actually, and put them in the zip code. Once all that's done, we're going to add it to the new record into the database, into the list. And it's all done at that point in time. So that's all we need to do to create this thing. Let's see if this works. Now remember, the last time we did this, we did a save, which actually brought that data and stored it out on disk. We had no way of getting it back. So this is the first time we're actually going to be using this load routine to see if it actually happens. So I'm simply going to click load, and what happens? It tells me the data file read is complete, and it turned on navigation. So apparently there's 3 records out there. Well, we can go to the top one by hitting this. And there it is, Daffy D. Duck, Pine Lake Road. We can go forward on this thing. There's Elmer Fudd. There's Tweety Bird, the last record. I can't go any further because we only have the 3. I go to the bottom of the file. It's still this guy right here, Tweety Bird. Record 2, which is really 012. It's the 3rd record in our file. We can go backwards now. all the way up to the first record without any problem at all. So this is working fine. So load works. We can get out. We can come back in again. And the same thing happens. That data's there. We can simply go to it, and there's our stuff. So that is basically loading a file in a nutshell, how you work with a structure. Being able to save and load means we don't have to keep entering data by hand. We can now code the rest of this application. And the next piece is edit. Thanks for watching. Visit the website when you get a chance, and please subscribe to the channel. There's something new coming every week. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.